22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Lead gripper.
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he'll get it down and all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. 22 yards there, a first down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. That's complete to Gallman. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants are an extra point away from time. This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. Here's Jones on first down. Flushed out right. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Forced out to his left. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. These two... Teams all tied after 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First throw now for the backup Manning. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
They can't stop us. They cannot.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
A 56-yard attempt.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. To throw is Manning. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's a step
to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety. I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right.
First carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Flush to his right. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now Riddick. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before now. From midfield, here's Manning. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now following the field goal, what can this offense do? We're about to find out. Manning now on first down. And he's hit and taken down. Sacked. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
And that was just out there.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will knot us up at 10. Right now, we're all even. It's a tie game as we drop you back in and the offense gets set to take over. Now Manning. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months. Already we're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And this return net's positive. And up to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the feed.
Ready, break. 53, check, 53, you.
On first down, Manning. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Now they've completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? That is caught at the 7. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and goal. Now it's Penny, and he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Elijah. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up as this offense takes over possession of the football in the 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Escaping the pressure right. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now, that player is able to get on the run, and they're still accurate throwing the football.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big. So they surrendered 3 points, and now after the kickoff, this offense gets ready to take over the football. Now it's Laletta. Flushed out right. And incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. But it'll be second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame. How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They go play action here on first down. And he rifles one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in his zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
In your face. Pilot, 64,
Gallman will run it, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Yeah.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Rosa's kick is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th. Now following the field goal, what can this offense do? We're about to find out. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From MetLife Stadium, good night, everybody. players on your team, or quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
I'm a player, I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a Raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. If we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. And I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Take them, I can shake them, I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them, I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey, made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play, move the chains, tell them get about the way, move the chains, I'm about to win the game, move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains, ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me, I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up, got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up, you kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up, I be booted up, popping out a sprinter or a truck, whole team chasing bags while they chasing us, call an audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch, you get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah, move the chains, I'm about to make a play, move the chains, tell them get about the way, move the chains, I'm about to win the game, move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains,
back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up, I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop.
I'm the coach. You're...
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football.
Check, 59. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
Throwing on first down, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where a play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop a shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State has definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turn him loose.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. Jones now on 1st and 10. Jones hit and the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
You know, this...
So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. Now Jones being chased out left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
12 yards there and a first down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down. How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play. They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, but now it's 3rd and goal.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted,
so the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Throwing, Jones. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. Looking to throw. Jones. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 22 yards there, a first down.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here we go.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Throwing is Manning. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now we've got definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Manning going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Gallman. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. Here's Gallman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. Manning now to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Eli, not something you see a lot, sporting the wheels and picking up the 1st. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The throw over the middle, taken in. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Right through it.
Boom, bam, biff.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
His throw caught. What about the 5? And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now it's Lauletta. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Lauletta. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
For Lauletta, one final throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to.
Mixin', fixin'.
So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception.
Let's go. And two soft. Strong right. 22 top bombers. 22
Jones throwing on first down. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. From 10 yards out. So the flag as this offense gets set to take over. Now Jones on first down. And he fires one incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is brought in at the 21. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals will take over here. This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. Now he's flushed out right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Well, here's a first down throw that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The linebacker, Preston Brown, there to knock that one away. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Speculation last year in the preseason. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards now to the 17.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 17, Jones, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Well, the pressure gets to him again. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, third and long now. Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This is taken at the 23. That'll be put in the books as a 53. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. The New York set to take the field. They go play action here on first down. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Carlos Dunlap able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this league now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. And New York set to take the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get any. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. Jones now. Off play action. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let him nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins, his second sack of the night. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football. Right now, we're all even. It's a tie game as we drop you back in and the offense gets set to take over. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The throw down the field caught by his running back.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now Manning. Now he steps away. Now he's going to let it go deep right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 33 yards that time.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. This guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A field goal. Get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. Again, it's Manning. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man downfield. He's got it. It's his running back. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Andrew Billings in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Back to throw. Manning.
This offensive line flat out.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the possession is theirs at their own 43. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He's back to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One final try now from Manning. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew.
You're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Use your practice squad to develop younger players that could eventually contribute in games. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on
All right, Coach, thank you. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Start the regular season by selecting your season goal.